how we thought Griezmann was gonna look in the Champions League. What we got instead. Hey, how's it going, all Barcelona fans? So we just finished our first Champions League match of the season, and that is what today we will be talking about. So the lineup was pretty regular to what we've seen in previous games, except that in this one we did not have Griezmann playing. We had Ferencvaros playing in that right wing position, and we had Messi again as a false nine. But we also had the first start of Miralem Pjanic in an official game. He substituted Sergio Busquets there. We did end up winning the game 5-1, but honestly Barcelona was against the ropes for maybe the first 20 minutes of the game. We had Ferencvaros, the Hungarian champions, pressing Barcelona and making a lot of plays that almost ended up in goal. If it wasn't because of Neto and the woodwork, Barcelona would have probably gotten scored on at least 2 goals in just the first 20 minutes. The Kenyan player, Nguyen, kept causing a lot of trouble for the Barcelona defense. It's almost as if Barcelona was still playing against Getafe. There was very little chances in those first 20 minutes. There seemed to be a lack of chemistry, and there was many defensive mistakes. And it was only until Lionel Messi took the ball on the right wing and dribbled past 2 defenders just to be tripped down by a 3rd defender that he got awarded a penalty. Once he scored the penalty, the whole game changed. From there, the opposition team had to leave more space now because now they had to tie the game. And honestly, I think that if it would have been the other way around, where Barcelona would have gotten score on in those 2 opportunities that Nguyen had, then Barcelona would have been the one having to open their defense even more, which probably would have ended in a disaster for Barcelona. But again, it's Messi who comes to the rescue again, which is nothing new. This has been an ongoing issue for the past 5 years or so, where it has to be Messi who makes an individual play or Barcelona doesn't do anything. And here's where I want to bring up a point about Messi playing in the false 9 position, because the goal ultimately came from him coming from the right wing as he is playing or played in most recent years. Perhaps it's a lack of discipline or communication like Ferencvaros, Pedri, and Ansu Fati. But when Lionel Messi would come down for the ball as he usually does, not waiting up there like a regular 9, no one would go up and take his position of being the striker for the team, and it would often lead to a lot of plays coming down from the wings, but there would be no one there to actually shoot the ball in. And it's something that has happened time and time again, and hopefully this is something that Koeman actually notices and that he fixes in the future games. So with the first 20 minutes of the game done, Barcelona had control of the game at this point, and one of the players that started doing a lot of great work alongside Lionel Messi was Ferencvaros. He was terrorizing the left back from the Hungarian champions by creating chances and dribbling past him multiple times, even drawing up a yellow card. And that's how the game pretty much went, with Messi and Ferencvaros attacking the opposition and creating multiple chances for other people. It was all up until Ansu Fati scored his goal, and what a goal it was. We saw how he linked up with De Jong and scored a wonderful goal. He did hit it bad when he struck, but it ultimately went in. And again, one thing to notice, however, usually when you have those plays, the striker or 9 has to be right there ready to receive the ball. But because Barcelona's playing with Messi as 9, that's something that just doesn't happen. So the game progressed, and out of a great technique by Ansu Fati, by giving an assist to Coutinho, he was able to score his first goal of the Champions League this season. And we gotta say that we actually have Coutinho back. Besides that game in Getafe where he came in as a substitution and he didn't really weigh in so much, he has been doing a tremendous job in the new position where he's in. But in this play, we also saw the brilliance of Ansu Fati yet again. Later on, we saw a mess up by Gerard Piqué. Yet again, Nguyen was able to cause problems for the defense of Barcelona. After a brilliant pass by his teammate, he leaves Gerard Piqué behind, and Piqué not only fouls him, but he fouls him inside the area, giving away a penalty and an expulsion. And Piqué has a lot of experience to know what will happen when you're the last man and somebody beats your back. You can't bring a player down at that point because that's an automatic red card. Barcelona was comfortably winning 3-0, so there was no really a point for that. He now takes himself out of the equation against the next rival that we have in Juventus, and with a lack of center back backs, it might be hard to tell who's gonna be playing in that position. After all that shenanigans, there was plenty of substitutions done in the field. Pedri would come in, Ousmane Dembele would come in, Sergio Busquets, Ronald Araujo, and Junior Firpo, to perhaps give some rest to some of the players that will be playing in El Clásico this coming Saturday. And I gotta say, all the players that came in did a fine job as well, especially Ousmane Dembele. He had a brilliant game. He gave an assist to Pedri by driving the ball all the way to the end of the field and giving a back pass for Pedri to put it in. And with that, we actually had an interesting statistic for Barcelona. With Pedri and Ansu Fati scoring in the same game, it has been the only time that two 17-year-olds have scored in the Champions League in the same game, which is great because we are seeing that Barcelona does have some players for future generations to come. Alright, so moving on, then Dembele goes on and he actually scores himself a goal. Messi was able to get himself in the 9th position and gave a brilliant pass so Dembele could push it in. And it is this types of plays and dribbling technique as to why Dembele was purchased for Barcelona. I'm glad to see that he's finally doing good in the field and he is showing plenty of commitment to the team. Hopefully there is no more injuries in the coming year and he keeps showing why Barcelona bought him. The one player I do want to talk about is Antoine Griezmann, and that is because he actually didn't play any minutes today. All has to do what happened in prior weeks from Deschamps, his coach at France national team, and himself saying that he wasn't being played in the position where he's supposed to play. Well, against Getafe, he was given the chance to play in the 9th position where he says he wants to play, and he missed the chance on a one-on-one situation when the scoreline was still 0-0. And there is an old saying in football, goals that you don't score, you're gonna get scored on. And that is what ultimately happened, and we ended up losing that game. So this was probably Koeman letting him know that he's a boss and that he should play for the team and not for himself. Hopefully this game serves as motivation for the games against Real Madrid this coming Saturday, and we get the Barcelona of the last 70 minutes, because the Barcelona that played the first 20 minutes is very similar to that Barcelona that got beaten by Bayern Munich. So guys, I want to know your guys' thoughts. How would you rate Barcelona's performance in their first Champions League match? And does Barcelona have enough talent and players to get to the final this year? Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you made it this far, don't forget to hit that like button and